Hello everybody. In this year we're going to try to find some spirituality in traveling. When a person travels, a lot of times there's a lot of waiting. Sometimes there's even being cut off or red lights, or sometimes there's also picking up speed and going really fast. So these two aspects of traveling, when anyone ever wants to go from point A to point B, he has these two things. Very often he has to wait and stop in line or in at a red light, and very often he gets to go fast. So these two aspects, these two things that a person has to do, are really hinting to a very important aspect, a very important side of a person's life. When a person has a goal where he's trying to get, let's say, to be close to Hashem, most important goal in the whole world. So he has a lot of disturbances, to get to his goal. He doesn't get there right away. He doesn't just run forward and get close to Hashem and there he is. It doesn't work like that. He tries and he takes a few steps forward and then he has to wait for something, and then he tries again and then something else happens and it doesn't really work out and he has to try something else, and maybe he doesn't exactly know how to get there, or many other different things that happen along the way. So these two things are very parallel, meaning when a person is traveling, he's going somewhere, and the route of going somewhere, there's only one place that everyone's really going. Everyone is really going to be close to Hashem. Hashem made the world in a way that everyone is coming to be close to Him. Whether they want to or not, that's the future. In the end of the day, Mashiach will come and will teach everybody to serve Hashem. And before that, many people will be chozeh b'tshuva because of wars or because of other fears or because of other things. Hashem, one way or another, whether easily or not so easily, He's bringing everyone back to becoming close to Hashem. So that's really the point. That's really where everyone's going to get going in the end. So our travels in coming close to Hashem are very similar to our travels in the physical world. We try to get somewhere, but really it's very hard, and really we have a lot of waiting to do. The truth is, most of the time that we're traveling, we're waiting. Even if we're just waiting to get there, even if we're driving, it's a 7-hour drive from, let's say, Palo Alto in California to Los Angeles in California, and we did that drive once, and I remember I was a little kid, and all we asked was, "Mommy, are we there yet?" And we had to wait. We had to wait a long time, even though we were traveling the whole time on the 101, highway. It's something that it's a very nice highway, and you got to drive fast, but 7 hours, that's how long it takes to get from one place to the next sometimes. That's waiting. You have to wait. Even when you're moving forward, you have to wait. So the Rebbe says that these two aspects are very important when a person does tshuva. When a person really wants to serve, to come back to Hashem, he has to know that he doesn't come there right away. Hashem makes him wait. Hashem makes him gives him a lot of time to spend in the process of trying and sometimes even failing to come close to him. And that's all for a purpose. That's all to test, to see if he really is sincere. Kind of similarly, when a person is traveling somewhere, when a person could get discouraged and he could say, you know what, the red light, and it's taking me so many hours, I'm just going to go home. So if your purpose of whatever you're trying to get to is not so important, that's what you're going to do. But if your purpose is life, if your purpose is being close to Hashem, and that's what we're here for, so then you're not going to do that. You're not going to give up. And the Rebbe says that if you just don't give up, you're going to get there in the end. Okay, so you might run out of gas. You have to stop at a gas station, or maybe walk to the gas station to pick up some gas in one of those jerry cans or something. It could be hard, and there could be a lot of red lights along the way, but these red lights and this hardship is just to test you, to see if you really want to get there. Now, all our travelings here in this world are hinting to our travelings in the spiritual worlds. When we get stopped at a red light or cut off by someone else, we just have to realize that there's something hidden inside of this, a message Hashem is giving us. And the message is very simple, very straightforward, is that we can't always get to where we want to go to in being close to Hashem right away. And that the obstacles that come in our way are actually coming to test us, to see if we really care, if we really want to get there. So next time someone cuts you off, you should say to yourself, you know what? The lesson I'm learning from this guy cutting me off is much more important than maybe the 2 minutes that that it might take me. Patience. Patience in life is very important. And most importantly, patience in Avodas Hashem. We have to try our hardest to get there as soon as possible and as fast as possible and not to be lazy. But if we're not patient, then we're going to be frustrated and we're going to give up. And if, as long as we don't give up, we're still in the game, we're still going to win. Like a boxer, as long as he doesn't give up, if he could just pick himself up and put himself on his 2 feet, he's going to win the game. So the other guy's just going to get tired. If one man could just stand and stand and stand, another one just punch him and punch him, if there could be such a thing. So then the other guy would just get tired punching and would have to go to sleep or go home somewhere. Hashem gave us tremendous stamina, much more stamina than the other side, the Sitra Achra. So that guy that's punching you, you just defend yourself as much as you can and protect yourself as much as you can and wait. Just wait. Just do what you can and wait. When you have to wait, when there's a red light, when you have to stop. So remember what you're stopping for. Remember what you're waiting for. Hashem is testing you to see if you're sincere. So, Be'ez Hashem, we should remember this lesson. We should always be thinking about it when we're traveling. If you're not thinking about Torah or maybe a business phone call or whatever it is, something else that's very important, talking to your kids or your wife or whatever it is, don't be frustrated in the road and calm down and realize that there's spirituality inside of everything that's physical. Hashem is talking to us. Hashem is relating to us. We don't just talk to him. He also talks to us. And when he cuts you off and maybe you're upset about it, maybe you're frustrated, he's trying to tell you something. Don't be so frustrated. You should control yourself. You should realize that this is part of life and this is really part of Avodas Hashem. Hashem wants us to go through these things to prove ourselves, to prove that we're really sincere in serving him. Hashem should help. We all should have the patience. We all should realize when we serve him that this is what we're here for, and it doesn't make a difference how hard it is. We're going to stick with it till the end. Be'ez Hashem, we should all be zoche. Amen.